How's it going, gamers? RebelX here in the War Room, and today we're looking at Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain Tips and Tricks Part 1. This is our first of many videos we're going to be covering on Metal Gear. We're going to be first covering what type of materials you need to get to upgrade your mother base, how to keep your eyes peeled for certain types of enemies on the field, and is it better to stun an enemy or put them to sleep, and along with much more. So let's get into that right here, right now. So let's kick things off by talking about resources in this game. Now, the 4 resources that you need to get in this game help build up your mother base. Now, these resources are scattered all over the battlefield, but some of the best areas to find these materials are in construction sites that I've discovered so far in this game. So as you see on this level here, after I've infiltrated and captured an engineer, which you'll be doing in one of the main missions at the very start of this game, head further into this base and you'll be able to find a few construction areas. They seem to be taking apart an old base, but inside these areas you will find an abundance of up to 6 to 10 of these material boxes scattered all over the place. Now, these boxes, when all gathered around like this, are normally guarded by heavily armed enemies. Once you incapacitate these enemies, move in and take these boxes as quickly as you can. This will save you tons of time instead of having to scavenge around, pick up a few boxes here and there. Go into construction sites and easily go into the heavily armored enemy bases. Roughly around the second floor of a 2-story building of an enemy base is where you'll find the most material boxes. Also too is keep your eyes open for blueprint boxes. These are actually the symbols you'll see right here covered in yellow. Now, these are actually allow you to build different types of weapons, upgrades for mother base. These are very rare to find. You'll only find these in certain areas of the map, mostly in heavily guarded enemy bases, so keep your eyes open for those. Also too is that keep your eyes open for diamonds. These diamonds bring in tons of cash, tons of upgraded points you can use on your mother base. These are scattered both in enemy bases but up in the mountains regions. As you see right here, as I'm riding on the horse, I have actually discovered about 3 of these diamonds just scattered on the rocks. You can have a better time finding these at night because they will shine, they will catch your eye better at night, so keep your eyes open for rough diamonds. Now, the one reason when you want to keep an eye out for these diamonds, not just to upgrade your mother base, but it will also allow you to purchase upgrades for guns, upgrade the helicopter that comes in and picks you up, along with your horse. So, as I said, keep your eyes open in construction sites for all the material boxes. Traveling at night, keep your eyes open for the shine of those diamonds up in the mountains, and you will find yourself rolling in dough very quickly. Now let's talk about some upgrades you may want to get for yourself at the start of this game. Now, for your horse, you don't have to worry about upgrading your horse too much, but I would recommend you should get the very first starting the battle dressed armor for the horse. He does look kind of goofy with it, but it is for more protection for the horse. It does add a few extra low abilities, but not much. But the thing that you also want to upgrade for yourself is that you may want to get a new assault rifle, but most importantly, you want to get the Russian sniper rifle. Now, don't use this rifle too often because at the start of this game, you won't be able to have enough research points to upgrade to getting a silencer. But you want to get the sniper rifle now instead of later. That way, once you do get enough of the research staff, you'll be able to get a silencer and use it on much more high-stakes missions. So definitely get a new assault rifle, but most importantly, get a sniper rifle. Now let's talk about how you can incapacitate enemies and how they react differently once they come to. Now, you have 2 main abilities here that you can use non-lethally. The first one is putting your enemies to sleep with the tranquilizer gun. The other one is stunning them. Now, as you see on this video, I've stunned one enemy here. It is in the back. I also put 2 of these guys asleep. Now, believe it or not, the ones that are put to sleep come to a lot faster than the stunned enemies do. As you see right here on the screen, those 2 enemies I put to sleep, they're up and they're at full alert now. They're going to start looking around for me, but the guys I stunned, they are still out cold. So if you're much more of the stealthy player, you don't want to go in there guns blazing, believe it or not, you may want to stun your opponents a lot more than put them to sleep. Putting them to sleep is a lot easier, but they do come to in a short amount of time and they're put on full alert. They will warn other soldiers in the area and they will come looking for you. So it's up to you, but I do recommend you stun your enemies instead of putting them to sleep. The next thing too is that when you infiltrate an enemy base at the start of this game, keep your eyes open for these guys. These are radio men. These guys, if put on alert, can call in reinforcements. They can call in mortar strikes, any type of backup on vehicles at any given time. So radio men are your top priority when infiltrating an enemy base. Now let's talk about side missions, which are spec op missions. Now these spec op missions, I highly recommend you do at the very moment they become available, because these offer some of the best bonuses the games are going to offer you. Now you can approach these missions any way you want. You can either take out the target, claim a few extra ability points, or capture the target for your own base. For example, on this mission, there's a translator here, an interpreter, who can actually interpret all Russian speech for my character and translate it to English, so I can gain extra intel. So all I have to do is take out his friends and then take him alive. Remember, when you do spec op missions, you do get points for taking out the target, but think along the lines of, can this guy help upgrade my base, which they can all the time. So make sure you take as many of these high profile targets alive as possible if you want to upgrade your base and make it a lot stronger. How you do that is you just incapacitate them or put them to sleep, carry them to a safe distance, make sure there's nothing hovering over you like a roof or anything, drop them down and then extract them out of there. And the moment you do extract them, you immediately will begin to get the experience points and the new abilities for your base along for your character. So as you see, I just extracted this guy, the interpreter. I then start heading back to one of his teammates. I descend to try to capture him, and now I can interrogate this guy and gain extra info. Any ordinary foot soldier can give you the whereabouts of ammunition drops, where his friends are, any special type of intel that you normally would have gotten unless you've gotten that interpreter. So make sure you do spec op missions first above or main missions, because that way you'll be able to get those special ability points to then assist you on those main missions. Alright gamers, that's all the time we have for today here in the War Room for our first gameplay tips and tricks video on Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain. Stay tuned for the War Room. We're going to be doing a lot more gameplay tips and tricks on this game, considering this game is so huge. But stay tuned to the War Room, and we'll see you guys next time here in the War Room.